I was wondering, before Bean Scene comes in,
Yes.
these guys doing the bean roasting and stuff, जिनको तुमने अपनी video में डाला था, they existed before your video.
Yes,
So
definitely.
who were they selling? How were they selling to people before you came along?
Okay, so the two of the people that I interviewed, one is Faisal from Nomad Coffee Studio, who is a roaster, and the other is a cafe owner. His name is Mush Panjwani. He's a huge guy, like everybody knows him in Karachi.
Okay.
Karachi ka food diary page bhi ek hai, group. He's made it to the mainstream where he's been on, like, I think क्या कहते हैं, हम न्यूज़ पे भी आया था, like interviews हुए हैं उसके. Yeah, big figure.
Just for coffee.
Just for his chain.
Okay.
He has a franchise, and it's one of the most successful franchise models that I've seen.
What is it?
Locally executed. It's just a cafe. Literally just a cafe.
Do you know the name?
Coffee Wagera. So he founded Coffee Wagera, and it has, I think, around 7-8 branches already in Karachi.
Okay.
एक बेरिया टाउन में भी है, हर जगह है.
Okay.
So Mush Panjwani, he came from Hong Kong, and he wanted to start.
Yes, I remember the Hong Kong person. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So he wanted to just have a cafe that doesn't have food, like most cafes do in Karachi.
Yeah. Pakistan, everything's a restaurant.
Exactly.
Like I moved to Ireland and I saw that there bhi butter is because I thought it's a Pakistani thing.
Oh, they have Butler's chocolate cafe in Ireland.
It is Irish.
No freaking way. Get out. Wow.
And I was so stupid. I was like, "यार बड़ी बात है, मतलब Ireland में खोल दिया तुमने branch." But like they're from Ireland and it's only a cafe. And Karachi में तो sandwiches.
Full eggs Benedict and all that shit.
Nihari is next on the menu. I think we have a hard time like accepting a cafe that is just a cafe.
Yeah. So, हम क्या करें? Bas
yeah,
coffee.
Espresso has a lot of food.
True.
I think they all have food.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like so hardwired in the Pakistani kind of mentality.
I think it's the chai relationship. खाने के बाद
Really?
चाय या खाने के बाद चाय, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying this.
I think it makes sense, हाँ, क्योंकि मतलब almost everybody has like a लच्छेदार पराठा or like ठंडा पराठा with chai.
Yeah.
जो
Maybe.
भी.
हमने कर लिया, diagnose कर लिया हमने पाकिस्तान को.
You're corrupt.
But so he's opening coffee only places.
Yes.
Even though his name is Coffee Wagera.
Coffee वगैरह. Yes.
What is the Wagera?
अच्छा, here's the thing. Croissants भी आ जाते हैं.
Oh,
छोटी मोटी
right,
वो तो
right,
बनता
right.
है.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
ठीक है,
Like you need to have that to sustain your margins.
Yeah.
That's more of an economical decision, I think. So Mush started in Karachi in 2016, 2017.
Okay.
So very recent store, not
Yeah.
even like back in 2010
Yeah.
or something. And his model is just focuses on coffee. It's a reliable place that's always clean. He has this huge thing for sustainability as well. So no plastic cups.
Okay.
वहाँ पे कूलर लगा हुआ है, फ्री पानी है.
Okay.
जाके ग्लास आप भरो, पी लो, सही है, रख दो. रखना ज़रूरी है, ऐसे नहीं. So he has that, and he was one of the first people that I saw who was actively not promote, but like actively saying on social media that he's looking for transgender employees, which is great. Like like we know how much of absolutely how much of an issue they have with finding employment. So very, very like just great guy. Has this huge like wants things to be sustainable and ethical. So he started this focusing just on the coffee. Having a reliable place with reliable Wi-Fi for people who want to come in and work, which is very hard to find in Karachi these days. Even if you go to Gloria Jeans and stuff.
Like there is Wi-Fi. Many places have Wi-Fi, but it's really bad. Like super slow.
Precisely. And like cleanliness as well. So he just has a cafe, right? Our Faisal has his own roasting facility. So Faisal was mainly doing B2C. Okay. All the roasters rely on B2B business to sustain themselves. But he's actually doing better B2C than B2B. And I would kind of class him in like the more higher end kind of roasters in the sense that he's also doing equipment that isn't cheap.
What sort of like brewing equipment?
Brewing equipment, grinders, cups, mugs, all of that stuff.
Okay.
And all this stuff is expensive. Like one cup he gets, which is a Japanese brand called Kinto.
Okay.
Very good ceramic cups. 5,000 rupees.
He gets it for 5,000? Or he sells it?
No, he sells it for 5,000.
Okay. 5,000 rupees.
That's a lot for a cup, man. Yeah.
Although, as we keep saying, Pakistan में लोगों के पास बहुत पैसे हैं. So maybe.
हाँ चलता है exactly.
Okay.
'Cause,
Okay. This makes sense then.
he's like I was talking to him last and he's like I'm doing fine with just B2C business.
यहाँ हम अफसोस कर रहे हैं कि चारा यार इतने महंगे कब से आएंगे. He's like, oh,
बिकता ही
close
नहीं
that है.
No, he's thriving.
Yeah. So does he
he?
sell his coffee to Mushk?
No. Mush gets his coffee from another roaster called Raz, which is actually the biggest roaster I think in Pakistan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of scale.
Right.
And they really have made a very like sustainable and
Where do these people, I don't know if you know, but yeah, Espresso वगैरह, where would they get their coffee from?
Espresso has I think they have a contract with an Italian brand.
Okay.
Carrero, something like that.
Okay.
But they have more. I think Espresso tried a few things in the beginning, and it ended up ditching them. Like शुरू में Espresso के पास खाना नहीं होता था, बिल्कुल शुरू में.
Okay.
It was just coffee, and they focused on coffee. And back then, people's mentality wasn't like very, people weren't very adventurous. They're like, oh, you can't like.
Yeah.
खट्टी सी कॉफी है समझ नहीं आ रहा
खट्टी सी coffee,
समझ नहीं आ रहा क्या है. So they just went back to like the generic
Pakistani
model.
model.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I didn't. They were always getting their coffee from abroad. I think.
Okay.
But now they have like this big Italian commercial brand called Carrero something.
Okay.
तो उनकी कॉफी वहाँ से आती है. It works for them, apparently, and like visibly.
I mean, चल
They're
रहा है. I
doing
asked about
fine.
Espresso because they're super like sustained
Yes.
इतने सालों से, and they have a couple branches,
Right.
and like they seem to be doing fine.
Yeah, I think anybody who wants to go into the cafe business in Pakistan would want to be like Espresso.
Yeah.
Just because of how big, like, good it's been for them. They've really cracked the code.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think more so than anything, they're consistent.
Yeah.
So even if it's not the best coffee, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You guys do a good job.
There's this thing where in Pakistan
Yeah.
that Rizwan complains about a lot that I feel is true. Where he's like, if you ask for an Americano, he'll give you 4 espresso shots. Do you think? I think that's true. That has to be true, right? I think that happened to us.
Really? Okay.
Okay. He cancel it because it's like so much coffee, and like he also we're non-confrontational.
Yeah.
And we're like, बेचारा waiter, हम इसको क्या कहें ये वो, and हम पी लेते हैं.
Who cares? अगले दिन diagnose होगी.
हाँ, जहर भी देते हैं. We're like, अच्छा,
Pancreatic
ठीक है.
tumor.
This is like, but yeah, that's a weird thing still. And this happened in several places. This has no connection to what you were saying. I just wanted to say
No,
this.
please. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So how? So then he was doing better B2C, you said,
Yes. Yeah.
and then what changed?
So I mean, he's still doing fine B2C. I think B2B का जो है, I've been told like cafe वालों के बहुत नखरे होते हैं.
Okay.
Doing a B2B business is very hard.
Right.
There's so many like weird criteria that they have. They only work on their own terms, which is fine, but like their terms are ridiculous sometimes.
Okay.
Like I think generally जो market में है, उनमें arrogance इतना होता है कि like they're not really willing to learn anything else. They're like हाँ मुझे जो पता है सही है.
Yeah, I
बस,
mean, obviously every Pakistani is an expert in everything.
Exactly.
Which is fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
सही है. समझ आता है.
Yeah. So I mean, Faisal se ko seekh jaye. Okay, everyone's an expert. No, but I can imagine.
Yeah.
Because Faisal has been doing this since 2016. No, that's Mushka's.
Mush, yes. I think Faisal has been doing this since 2017, so it's around the same time.
Around the same time. But if there's like established cafes, तो वो पिछौड़े होंगे तो be like, bro.
Exactly.
Do you
हम
know
हमें से
where-
कहोगे.
Yeah, I'm Xander's. I don't know. Maybe Xander's is nice.